It's me, Tyler, plugged on. I'm here with a fucking album review. This time of the new album from the band Within the Ruins entitled Halfway Human. It's their fifth album, E1 Music, follow-up to Phenomena from 2014. You'll know Within the Ruins, they are a metalcore band, progressive, sort of, sometimes. You might call them deathcore, whatever. They're in that metalcore, deathcore genre. They kind of have a little bit of both. But one thing about Within the Ruins that makes them really stand out is they're very, very technical. They got insane guitar wizardry going on by Joe Kochi. Hope I said that right. I've enjoyed Within the Ruins. They're not my favorite band, and I always thought they just kind of sounded a little bit the same. You know, the first album I got into from these guys was Invade a while ago, 2010 I think that was. That was very, very fun album. And then, you know, their follow-up came out, and, you know, Phenomena from last year came out. And it's like, there's some songs on here that I enjoy, but as a whole, it just doesn't feel, you know, the greatest. I will say my absolute favorite song by these guys is Gods Amongst Men, I believe, from their last album. Fucking killer track. Go listen to it. So yeah, how do I feel about their new album? I think it's actually pretty solid. Maybe I'm bouncing back and forth here. I do think it's one of their stronger efforts for sure, and I do think it is better than their last maybe two albums. I don't know. But do I think it's amazing? Do I think it's mind-blowing? Do I think if you're not a Within the Ruins fan, you're going to love this? No, not really. It's still Within the Ruins. It starts off with the track Shapeshifter, and it, you know, they say right away, we're still within the ruins. You hear some bouncy guitars, some low-end tuned guitars. You hear some fucking cool-ass bends and all kinds of stuff. There's guitar shreddery all over the place. It's bouncy. It's fun. You know, that's these guys. They just got a nice bounce to them a lot of times. And you know, guitar-wise, this album is great. It's just kind of like every Within the Ruins album, and they sometimes on the guitar they can feel slightly gimmicky, but here I think a lot of that stuff is toned down a little bit in favor for a little bit catchier riffs and in some really cool guitar leads at times. Some of my favorite riffage on this album, first of all, my favorite track on here is Beautiful Agony, which is a track they released ahead of time. That song is awesome. I love its heaviness. I love the opening riff to it, and I love Tim's vocals as well. Especially the ending. The ending just always gets so stuck in my head, that you know, breakdown sort of thing they have going on when they're fading out. Always gets stuck in my head. It's great. Another one that I think is good guitar-wise is Absolution. Absolution is a more energetic song on the album that I very much enjoyed. Same with Incomplete Harmony. That's another one that's just a fucking ripper right in your face. It's cool. One thing I like is vocally on this album. There's some newer things in that, you know, there's a little bit more clean vocals on here than I feel they've used in the past. Now, the trend with deathcore bands, deathcore if you want to call these guys deathcore, adding clean vocals to their sound, you know, it can be whatever. I don't think Whitechapel did it very well, and I definitely do not think Suicide Silence has done it well. But Within the Ruins, I feel it's a lot more subtle. You know, Beautiful Agony, Objective Reality, and probably my favorite example of them using clean vocals is Sky Splitter. You know, they're a lot more subtle. They're not in your face, and really there's not a lot of them on here, but I think it just adds a nice touch. And I think it's something that, honestly, if they're smart about it, they can really build upon it to to create something a little bit more unique, because that just brings me to my one thing about this album, is that it's Within the Ruins, and by the end of it you're like, oh my god, it's just their speed, their technicality, and all that stuff, their style just kind of wears you down by the end. And especially, like, I really enjoy, I sort of enjoy the instrumental on here, the Ataxia 4, which is something that they've had going on for their past 4 albums now, is an instrumental of this name. It's cool. It's I think on its own it's really cool, but by its placement in the album, I just think, you hear so many just, about to fucking get your bounce on, hear some technical fucking shit in your face, hear some really super technical leads that are like, wow, this is really cool, and by the end you just feel a little worn down on it, just a little bit. At least I know I do. You might feel differently, and that's cool. But I do think this got some jams on. I feel past Within the Ruins albums, in my opinion, have had a couple really great standout tracks, and then the rest just kind of was okay. Where I feel with this one, the standout tracks aren't as good as in the past albums, but as a whole, this package is a little bit better. And I think you can have some fun with it, for sure. It just starts to feel just a little bit of the sameness. Not as bad as the past albums or anything. I think these tracks do stand on their own a little bit better, and that's cool. So we'll see how Within the Ruins continues to evolve moving forward. But yeah, that's my thoughts on their new album. Fucking Halfway Human. 8 out of 10 for me. Thanks for watching.